Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. I made a few changes since the last time. First of all, I finished researching the Intergalactic transceiver, as well as the matter plant and the matter assembler. So I just put down one of each of these just to kind of see how big they were and what they looked like. So on the matter assembler, you can take a variety of raw materials and even some, or I'm sorry, this is assembling items from matter. Okay, so from matter you can make all the raw materials, right? All the mineable and harvestable stuff, including oil, heavy water. You can also convert it to plastic, rare metals, copper, steel, glass, iron, and wood. Oh, and uranium-238 and uranium ore. And the quantity of matter you need for these things varies. The matter plant is where you convert other materials into matter. Many of the same items, although not quite as many, right? You can't turn plates into matters, but biomass, coal, all the ores, quartz, mineral water, raw rare metals, uranium-238, and uranium ore and wood. Those can all be converted into matter. One thing I noticed is that uranium-238 seems to yield the most matter. You can get 47.1 for 10 uranium-238s. Uranium ore provides 8. And that stuff seems to make sense since, the regular ores, only give you about a half for each one. So that seems to make sense since it takes a lot of processing in order to get the uranium. The uranium ore takes acid, whereas most of the other stuff only takes a little bit of electricity to harvest. But in any case, so these allow you to create matter from raw materials and then create other raw materials from the matter. And then this is the transceiver, which is our key to winning the game. The reason I haven't hooked it up yet, something that I'm a little bit nervous about. So down here in the tooltip, it says it needs to be fully charged to be activated. And it takes an enormous amount of energy, which we know. We have to charge it with 120 terajoules. And it says if the charging process is interrupted, the accumulated energy will be dispersed fast. So I'm not sure if that means it'll explode. But a fast dispersal of energy mentioned in red text makes me a little bit concerned. So I didn't want to start charging it until I'm sure that I have a lot of extra power. And right now I do not have a lot of extra because I added productivity modules to all the labs, and I added more labs to compensate for the speed drop. And as a result, I'm now using over a gigawatt just for the labs. So I'm using, somewhere around half of our power to run the base, and then when the fusion reactors kick in, it's another gigawatt. So I don't feel like I have enough of a cushion to want to start to charge it, because if it peaks over my capacity and the charging stops, I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't want to find out until I've won the game. Maybe after that I'll do a little experiment and see what happens if you unplug it all of a sudden. So I haven't started charging it yet. I'm going to wait until we have the antimatter reactors set up to give us a very large margin of power generation. Okay, now another thing I did is when I expanded the production of crystals, immersite crystals, I doubled what I had previously, which I thought was going to be more than enough, but it actually turned out that doubling this was not going to give me enough. Yeah, I'm out of hydrogen. I figured out that doubling it was not going to give me enough to run my Singularity science packs over here. So, I mean, it did give me more than I had before, but it still wasn't enough. So I doubled it again. I added a third machine. I added additional beacons. I added more beacons to the crushers. I can still use the same amount of crushers, and then I updated all this. Okay, so I rebuilt this once more to give me more of these immersite crystals. I also have been pulling hydrogen off of the network because I've been making hydrogen. Okay, I'm making it over here. Where was it that I was just burning off hydrogen? All right, here's a place where I'm burning off hydrogen. So I can use that. What is this even for? Oh, I'm not even using that anymore. Here. This is where I was burning off hydrogen. And this is where I was... Okay, yeah, this is where I'm doing the metals. And it looks like I'm out of hydrogen here as well. Okay. So I'm going to have to go... I need to unstop the hydrogen. So I think what I'm going to do is... I'll extract hydrogen from the environment. Okay, so I need 32 per second. One of these provides 3 per second. Let's see. And what if I do hydrogen? That gives me 2.25, and if I throw in a speed module, I don't have any speed modules. All right, let's get some modules. We'll do it down here. Okay. Okay, that gives me 4.5. And I need 32. So 32 divided by 4.5. Let's see, 9, 18, 27 is 6. 7, we'll do 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So this will give me all the hydrogen that I need. And I still don't want to waste hydrogen. So I would like to pull some in when it's available. So what I can do is I can put a pump here so that when I do have hydrogen in the tank, it should pressurize the pipe and shut off some of these machines. But I need to make sure that I don't pull hydrogen from over here unless I have enough to keep this process running. Okay, so let's zap over to the refinery and then walk from there. So when I do my next Krastorio base, I think I'm gonna do more centralized creation of things like nitrogen, hydrogen, chlorine, you know, some of these gases that we have to use, as well as sand. And I'll get into the sand thing in a minute. See, I'm also starting to run low on sulfuric acid, which is something I'm going to have to address very soon. Okay. So let's increase this limit. So I'll only burn off hydrogen if I get over 49,000. And I'll only export hydrogen if I have at least 1,000 in the tank. Okay, so now chlorine is backed up, so I'll just remove a few pipes. That'll take a little bit of the chlorine out, which should allow these guys to make a little more hydrogen. There, we'll kill some more chlorine. Or another thing I can do is I can just bleed some off into this tank. And then just destroy the tank. Okay, so that'll get that started again. And then once the hydrogen starts to build up, it'll go into there to be exported. Right, so from here I have excess chlorine going into this tank and then excess hydrogen going into this tank. But like I said, next time I play this game, I think anywhere I'm making these commonly used gases, I'll just always set it up to go into a depot to be used elsewhere in the network. Okay. And here, it looks like we're just struggling to get rid of the dirty water. So let's try to delete some dirty water from these pipes. It doesn't work very well when the pipes are completely full because it impedes the flow out of the machine, which makes it stop. Then again, this machine is going as fast as it can, and I know that the single filtration was enough to achieve the speeds that we wanted here, so I'll just leave it like that. Okay, so now we're starting to get some hydrogen coming out to the depot again. There we go, and we can use it up so we don't waste any. The chlorine, I don't know if I'm really using it anywhere. Okay. So I got more crystals. Let me see how my petroleum supplies are. Seems like I'm making plenty of petroleum. Although we could look, let's say the last 10 minutes. Okay, we're producing 22K a minute and we're consuming about the same amount, perhaps a little bit more. So one thing that could help is if we put productivity modules on our sulfuric acid production. Okay, so crystals we talked about, the labs we talked about, antimatter reactors I'll get into. Before that though, let's take care of our acid production. Where is it? There we go. Okay, let me go into the block. All right, so how much do I want? Well, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how much we're consuming, and we'll base it on that. All right, so I'm consuming a little over 8,000 a minute, and I'm only making about 6. So let's go for 10,000 a minute. Oh, I have a calculator. Okay. I don't have my phone with me. Oh, that's silly. All right, so 10,000 a minute divided by 60 is 167 per second. Okay, so let's do the fancy chemical plants. Okay, so a single one with 4 modules will be more than fast enough, and it'll eat up all of our petroleum. Oh, and we should check on the sulfur machines as well. They might need a little more. Okay, 1.4. And I think if I add some beacons, it'll be far less than... Let's see. Let's change this to 1. What if I just have 1 beacon? Did that work? Yeah. Okay, so 1 beacon, 2 advanced chemical plants. All right, so I'm going to cut the pipe here. Do I have the advanced chemical plants? Yes, awesome. All right, sorry guys, show's over. Okay, let's see, there we go. Should make some more pumps. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3. This will be for the sulfur. And then I'll put the beacon down here. You know what? I should... Well, no, this is fine. we'll do this. This is going to give me 20 per second, so this actually needs to be red. There we go. The belt can be yellow, that's fine. Okay. Okay, I think we're all set. Oh man. All right, we'll move this one tile closer and then we can power the whole thing with the single substation. Oh. Okay. All right, now in this stage, I may start running low on petroleum. If I do, I just copy this. Well, no, if I do, I redesign it with advanced plants and productivity modules and all that good stuff. But anyway, I have room for more petroleum. I think what I don't have, though, is... Where are my pump jacks? Here? Yeah. What I don't have is more crude oil. So I might need to start bringing in crude oil by train, but before we do that, we can stick speed modules in the pump jacks. And that'll help get it out of the ground a lot faster. Twice as fast, as a matter of fact. Right, of course it increases our power consumption as well, but that's okay. We're getting close to the end here, so I don't mind if I'm reaching the limit of my ability to expand at this point. Okay. Good. So antimatter reactors are now researched. All right, so let's start figuring out what to do with them. What are we missing here? Singularity tech cards. And why are we short on those? I don't have batteries. Oh yeah, because we ran out of acid, of course. All right, well, hopefully that'll catch up soon. Okay, so what do we need for one of these reactors? Here we go. Steel plates. Okay, nothing that we're not already making. So we can just make one here in the mall. And I don't think that these need any one. Let's make more than one. Let's make 4. And we should give that a stack inserter since it's a lot of ingredients that need to get put inside. In fact, we could even give it 2. To speed that along. I don't think this needs any turbines, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't need steam. Okay, so if I run 4 of these, let's say, that's 3 gigawatts of power. Okay, so we need to figure out what we need for antimatter fuel. That will give us... Okay, so the fuel contains 300 gigajoules. And the reactor is 3 gigawatts. So that means that one fuel cell should last 100 seconds, because a watt is 1 joule per second. So 300 gigajoules converted into 3 gigawatts would be 300 gigajoules over 100 seconds. Okay. So if I'm going to run 4 of these, I need 1 every 25 seconds. Right? 4 every 100. And 1 per 25 seconds is 60 divided by 25. Oh, jeez. $2.4 per minute. So let's change the base time to 1 minute. We're going to turn that to 2.4. Empty antimatter fuel cells. Please tell me that these can be reused. I have a feeling they can't, based on my experience with the matter stabilizers. So let's just assume that they can't be. Can I use productivity modules? Okay, I can. That's great. Let's try a level 3 assembly machine. Okay, 1 of those is enough. Oh yeah, and here, okay, I can't use productivity modules to make the fuel cells, but I can use them to make the empty ones, so that's not bad. All right, now the matter is another matter. Where am I going to get the matter from? This isn't telling me anything. Okay. Yeah, this is strange. It's not showing the actual matter generation recipes. What is this? Yeah, that doesn't help me. Okay, so the matter I might have to figure out by myself. but I need 2,400 a minute. Which is what, 440 per second? Something like that. Okay, the plates. We're making those in advanced furnaces. Okay, well, we should be making plates fast enough. The energy control units. And we're going to need a lot of matter stabilizers. But they don't have to be charged. Nitric acid. Hopefully I'm making, yeah, I think I'm making enough excess nitric acid to take care of this. Let's take a look at the energy control units. These are all energy control units. Okay. All right, let's do this. I'm going to put 1 speed module and 3 productivity modules. With that, you have a crafting speed of 1.3125, which is slightly faster than the yellow machine with no modules in it. But you get a 30% productivity boost. Okay, so what are these going to give me? Those will give me 81.9 per minute. Okay, so we'll be okay with that. We only need 3.5 a minute. And these batteries, or these energy control units, I need, let's see, two machines like that for those. Where am I making those? Here we go. Have I made anything yet? Oh, wow. 300-second crafting time. All right, let's boost that a little bit. Hurry up. Okay, and these batteries, I need 4 machines making those batteries. And I've got many more than that, but let's see, crafting speed of 1, and I've got 14 of them. So what if we replace this with some advanced chemical plants? This would give me the equivalent of 16. And then I can do the same trick here. 1 speed module. Or no, you know what, let's just do all productivity modules. Okay, so 3.2 plus 3.2 crafting speed, that's 6.4. Okay, so that's going to be slower than this. Unless I speed it up. And I think the speed increase won't show until I give it some power. Okay, now it's 11.2, 11.2. 14. How many is this giving me? This is giving me 21 per minute. Ooh, and I need 60 a minute. What am I getting here? Okay, a lot more than 60. Is that right? Jeez. We're already burning through acid faster than I can make it. $470 a minute. How is that possible? Oh, okay, versus 210. Okay, 210 a minute. Alright, so let's just do this. Let's just put in 1 beacon so that we at least have the equivalent. Alright, so 14.4 versus 14, plus we're going to have the productivity bonus. And we're running short of lithium as well. Alright, where are we making lithium? I don't remember. What's that? Oh, that's rocket control units. Lithium, lithium, lithium. I know I'm making it somewhere. It is lithium, isn't it? Yeah. Lithium. Where the heck is the lithium? From lithium chloride. No. Here it is. Oh, okay. Okay. So we need more lithium too. Okay. All right, so I'm going to have to speed that up. In the meantime, having the productivity modules will certainly help. So let's wait for these production cycles to finish. Actually, let's not. Let's clear the belt. Don't want to waste any more of my precious lithium. Okay. Okay, let's put that there. Okay. Well, you know, having the productivity might be enough to relieve the strain on my lithium production. So we'll wait and see. Okay. So I got my 4 reactors. Sorry about that phone. Okay, so I'm just going to remove the inserter so it doesn't make any more. Let's remove those 2, and let's do that to put all those ingredients away. And we'll click on change recipe. Alright, you can take those. I'll give all these up to the bots. Here's more lithium that I just found. Give it to those 2 hungry monsters. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Get rid of the AI cores. This logistics bot. Okay. Alright. So there are my antimatter reactors. Now where am I going to make this stuff? I would prefer to make this stuff close to the mall. So let's see if I can fit it in here with the rocket. And we'll put these down over here. And we'll make the fuel over on this side if I've got enough room. Okay. Yeah, so there's no other inputs or outputs. You just give it fuel and away you go. So now I just have to make all this stuff. I wonder if I can make a single one by hand just to see how this works. Okay, I've got nitric acid here. So we can start to make that. And then I just need one of those and 1,000 matter. Okay, so let's see if I can get 1,000 matter from someplace. Where's my matter maker? Over here. All right. And that has to be made in a, in a matter assembler. And I assume the matter is piped. Although there is a recipe to turn it into cubes. You can turn it into a cube and then you can, well, I guess you can easily move it with a bot or something and then turn it back into a liquid, but to do that you need a matter stabilizer. Yeah, to turn it into the cube you need a charged matter stabilizer. Fortunately in this case the matter stabilizer has a 99% chance of being reused, which is good. Okay, so let's just test this out. Oh. Uh-oh. I turned it off. Oh, okay. It's not going to explode. You just lose the energy that you put into it. All right. Well, that's a relief. I'm not afraid anymore. Just like that girl in the Matrix. Okay, well, let the charging begin. What? This thing's charging really fast, but I think it's not oh yeah. It looks like it just sucked up all my accumulator charge. Hang on a second. If it charges this fast. Oh, that's gigajoules. Okay, yeah. We need 120 terajoules. All right, this is going to take a long time. All right, sorry about that. Okay, yeah, let's not get too excited here. All right, so let's just start with something cheap. What can I Well, I think the quickest way to get 1,000 matter is to use uranium-238. All right, so let's make it from uranium-238 because I have a ton of that I'm not using. And probably never will use since I'm not really using any ammo. See, if we come over here, I have almost 86,000 uranium-238. Now I do need some of it for, what do I need some of it for? One of the science packs, yeah, this science pack uses it. But I wouldn't mind using 20 or 30,000 of it. So let's do that and see how cool this is. And then we'll be able to test to see if I get, yeah, let's do it there. We'll be able to test to see if I get the original empty antimatter fuel cell back. That's something I'm curious about. Blank tech cards, automation cores, batteries. I got a lot of stuff I can put back into the system. Okay. Yeah, we're only like 0.1% of the way there. That's pretty cool. Alright, here we go. Making matter. Okay. There we go. Alright, so I've got 11,000 in there. I'll take the drones out, and I don't want to use too much of it because I don't want to run out. But now we can toss it into one of these bad boys and see what happens. Alright, let's make sure there's no power draw. Yeah, it doesn't look like they actually draw any power. Okay. Alright, looks like our... Yeah, looks like our 100-second estimate was about right. It does have an output slot, so I'm hopeful. Okay, and we're getting 3 gigs. So I think the big thing is going to be making the matter to keep these things fueled. But the nice thing is that since I have enough power already with my fusion reactors to run the factory, oh, I've got a depot that is okay. My coal mine is now officially depleted. All right. So that's something we'll have to take care of as well. Since I have enough power to run the base without these, you know, if I run out of matter or whatever, it doesn't matter if these shut down for a little while. Ah, great. Okay. That's excellent. Okay, so you get the empty one back. Alright. So what we can do... we'll put a requester there. And we will request full ones. Let's just say 5. And then we'll put the empty ones into an active provider chest. Okay. And then we'll have this one request the empty ones. Okay. We can put... I don't think we need speed modules just yet. Alright, we can make 12,000. We can make 12 of these a minute, which is with just these 2 machines, which is more than fast enough. Yeah, we only need 0.2 matter assemblers. We need 2,400 matter per minute. And one machine can make a little bit more than that. Alright, so as long as we keep this fed with materials, we'll get all the matter that we need. Okay, and now we have 3 of them running. Alright, so all of this... let me see. So I really don't need too many empty antimatter fuel cells. Right? I don't know how many I've got locked up in the system right now. But I probably need less than 20. So if I go to all-time production, and I go all the way down near the bottom, and I look for the... here's a bunch of stuff that I've made only a few times. So I'm looking for the empty antimatter fuel cells, and I can see how many I've made so far, even though I don't know where they are exactly. Okay, I made 13 charged ones. Okay, I've made 15. That's probably enough. Okay, so I don't need to make any more of those. All right, so I can delete that. All Right, so really it's just a matter of deciding where I'm going to make 2400 matter per minute. So let's set these to only request one. That way they'll be better distributed. And we can override the stack size on the inserters so that they only pick up one at a time. Okay, so we're at 3.8 terajoules. So we're not doing too bad. It's not going to take forever. And maybe I should give this speed modules. Because right now we get a lot of matter from the uranium, but when we convert other less abundant items, like stone for example, and we could probably even put it into a tank. Yeah, I don't want to put it in a tank. We'll just let it go like this. And there's really no point in turning it into cubes, since I'm only using it here. Let's look at the road network. I've got a lot of stone. Got a lot of wood. What about my ores? Supply depots. Not a whole lot of ores available right now. But I don't actually think that I'm using that much stone. Alright, this is full. My train's almost empty. One thing I did is I added sand request depots to some of these places that use sand. Right, because I'm making a lot of sand here, and I'm making a lot of sand down here, and I wanted to make sure that sand that's being generated as a byproduct is getting consumed before I crush more stone. So it does seem like I have a surplus of stone. So we can let's request some stone. And once this uranium is gone, we'll start making matter out of stone. So maybe I should have a tank. Yeah, let's put a tank in there. A huge one? Eh. Why not? And then I'll just rotate this. That way I won't lose anything that I've already put in there. Okay, and let's upgrade that to red. Uh-oh. Let's upgrade this to... Actually, let's upgrade that one to green. Because I did make some of those green belts and never used them. And we can even add another one there. At least I'm pretty sure I made green ones. Don't tell me none got made. There's no blue. What? Why are there no green belts? Okay, let's go check that out. Needs blue belts. I have blue belts. Oh, but it's not requesting blue belts. That's weird. There we go. I think I turned that off at some point because I wanted to accumulate some blue belts. And then I forgot to turn it back on. Okay, uranium's gone, so we'll change the recipe now. Convert stone. So here, 10 stone only gives us 3.5 matter instead of 47.1. Right, so the stone is going to need, well, I guess it needs to go in at the same speed as this. Okay, so we can shut that off. The intake speed is the same. Okay. But this way we can queue up different materials to make the matter. In this case, it's not gonna make it very quickly. Right, but we can look at matter production. Matter consumption is not even showing up yet. Well, we know we need 2400 per minute, right? So stone is not going to cut it. If we convert stone, we're going to be falling behind unless we have additional machines. All right, so we're far over time. Sorry for such a long episode. I'll tinker around with this and come up with a setup. I think I'll just add some additional matter plants so that no matter what material we're using, we can still convert it quickly enough. I don't think it's going to get much cheaper than stone, so if I'm making okay, 630 a minute, so I would need like 4 of these machines to make it fast enough from stone. So I'll work something out. And in the meantime, we're at 9.7 terajoules, so we're at about, I don't know, we're about 8 or 9% of the way there. So it won't take too long. I think we'll be able to finish up in the next episode. I'll let this run for a while, and if anything significant happens in the meantime, I'll let you know. In fact, now I think I'll just stop research so that I don't continue to consume materials on research. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.